Results are now in for what has become a memorable 2020 primary election. You can find all the results right now at ktvb.com. The results this time around, though, they were almost a secondary story to how the election ran. For the first time ever, Idaho did the whole thing by mail. And now that it's said and done, because of the coronavirus, and now that it's said and done, how did it go? Are clerks ready to run it the same way for the much anticipated November election? Here's our Joe Paris.
Certainly are happy to have this election behind us because it's been more of a marathon than most elections have been in the past.
The 2020 Idaho May primary will forever be remembered as the one we did through the mail. Now that that process is over, how did it go?
It was a long night, longer than we've had in quite some time. So we finished the night at about 4:30 is when we got the final results posted.
Ada County Clerk Phil McGrain says while things ended up working out nicely, the road through the primary had plenty of challenges.
We got about, what I would say, about 2 days notice to switch from our traditional polling place election to doing an all-mail election. And that's really where it hurt us is we're not built, we don't have the infrastructure to run an election this way. And part of like the time it took last night is a reflection of us just not having the equipment and having the things we need to be able to do it in this manner.
The good news at the clerk's office is there was historic turnout. Voters submitted just under 96,000 ballots in Ada County, beating the previous record of 79,000. McGrain tells me he always loves to see high turnout, and he believes that the state marketing the primary like never before really helped.
Secretary of State's office sent an absentee request to every registered voter. Normally, you don't see the state put so much money and energy into informing people that there's an election and making it easy to do it.
To cut down on the workload on election night, Ada County staff had been working all day Monday and Tuesday processing ballots. But those last-minute ballot submissions added a lot of work.
It was that final stretch. It was all those ballots we received on the final day. Because they came in at the last minute, it was really a surge of results, and then it took hours and hours to get those last 16,000 done.
It's unclear exactly what the November general election will look like, but McGrain says they're already thinking ahead about specifics.
I doubt that November is going to be an all-mail election here in Idaho. I think there was some resistance initially to doing it. We'll see what the pandemic looks like at that point, and that may obviously drive decisions. But I do think it'll be some hybrid.
Already 70,000 people in Ada County have requested an absentee ballot for November. In terms of changes the clerk's office wants to make before the general election, McGrain says that over this summer, the office will be looking to improve their processes and also evaluate equipment needs.
We issued ballots that had some errors, and we had to correct those, and we got new ballots to all the voters. But we certainly felt the pain in this election in terms of needing to kind of tighten those things up so that we can make sure it just goes much more cleanly.
Overall, McGrain says this was a valuable experience to set up the future of voting.
This primary was really a good test for kind of the big show when it comes to November.
Ada County, Idaho's most populated county, clearly ran into issues of processing just the pure volume of ballots. So what did it look like, Joe, in other counties? Were you able to check in with them?
Yeah, I checked in with some smaller counties, including Washington County. I spoke to the folks up there, and a much smaller scale up in Washington County. The clerks up there telling me they're actually out the door pretty quickly before 10 o'clock. With that said, though, they admit that they have a lot fewer ballots to get through than Ada County. A big question heading into November, as we mentioned, will be what will the system look like? A hybrid system, which Phil McGrain had mentioned there, would, again, involve a lot of people getting an absentee ballot. They're really seeing a lot of requests already, but they know there is that want for people to go vote in person. It really just depends, though, what the pandemic looks like in the fall. Of course, Kim, there's concerns about another spike. It's kind of wait and see.
Joe, I do agree with you. There is something about physically going to the polls to vote and getting your little sticker, but we're learning to do everything from home now, aren't we? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everything's really adapted. And we kind of, Some experts say we fast forwarded decades ahead in terms of technology and processes.
Okay. All right. Joe Paris, thank you.